What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to your daily dose of Broodwar. We're going to be checking out Scan once again today. Got a lot of great games from him lately, and I hope this is no different. He's going to be going up against Hero down here in the bottom right on Dark Origin. So, he does something in this. I did take a little bit of a sneak peek here just to make sure that it was a game worth casting, and for sure it is. Scan does something that I haven't seen him do very much. A bit of foreshadowing there. He's going to be starting out with a little wall in at the front here. Hero sending out a very early drone. He seems to be kind of afraid that, you know, there might be some shenanigans coming from Scan here, like a forward 8 rack, something like that. He's checking up here on the high ground, checking the middle of the map. I mean, it's definitely tempting when you're up against a stronger player. I would definitely characterize Hero as that. He is a little bit out of Scan's league. Not like Scan can't take games off of him, but 5-game series, I would pick Hero every single day of the week to win that. We'll see if he's able to take down Scan here, though. Best of 1, anything can happen. Gonna deal a little damage to this SCV and force this barracks to slow down a little bit. A lot of players have been doing this, sending out the early drone, and if you're this good with the control, why not send out that early drone? You're going to be able to get some sort of damage going from it no matter what. Great job canceling, like stopping the build time on that and getting a couple hits there with the SCV. But now this SCV is getting low, and oh, he does it again. He almost gets it. 1 HP. Are you kidding me? That survives. All right, drone gonna come back in with 3 HP. Really tempting to try and pull off to kill that. 5 HP now. It's finally out of range of one-shot kill, but it's still gonna come in here and be annoying. Wow, you're really being frustrating with this drone. He's gonna do a little bit more damage, but it's time to run away. That Marine is just about to finish, and Scan will be able to start his command center. Although, albeit a little bit slow here, 100 minerals. More than he needed to start that, so you can see that Scan already a little bit frustrated here. You know, things not going quite his way just yet, and Hero pulling out all the stops to harass the heck out of Scan and be very, very frustrating. Now, this is something I haven't seen or at all, actually. I really haven't seen this particular wall off, but I think it's kind of cool. Like, a lot of times people will put the barracks here with a supply depot there, and then their Marines are popping on the outside. They have to keep lifting off and, you know, shuffling the Marines back. This wall right here, it gives you just one single gap, which is good enough to hold off Lings, and if you need to fall back, it's still not that big of a gap right there. You can block that with an SCV, I think, and the Marines can stand behind it if you are in like a desperate situation. I actually like this wall in quite a lot. I think this is a cool wall in by Scan. He's going to be pushing out with a few Marines just to get out of vision of this Overlord. The Overlord can't really see the Marines right now, so it's like, well, maybe he's coming across the map. You know, we don't really know at the moment. We got to be a little bit careful. Maybe produce an extra couple of Lings here. And that's part of the mind game of playing Terran versus Zerg. Now, Scan is not totally confident. He doesn't know how many Lings have been made because he's just sending this SCV in now. He's going to see a couple of Lings running around on the map, and they do have speed as well. So seeing that your opponent has speed, it is very dangerous to move out with just Marines solo without any backup from medics and firebats and that type of thing. And right into a factory here. Second barracks going to be dropped as well. Scan dropping the factory before the second barracks. It's interesting. He hasn't even started his stim pack yet, which is kind of crazy. Getting into his first medic, or did he finish stim already? He definitely doesn't have range, that's for sure. So I'm a little bit confused why he hasn't started those upgrades yet. He's going into a starport. Okay, now I understand. So he's actually not going to be focused on getting these upgrades out. See, there's the stim now. Instead, he's going to be getting into a very quick armory here, I think, and going for some Valkyries to defend the incoming Mutalisk play from Hero. Hero has gone for like a 2.5 hatch, I believe. He's going to finish that extra hatchery and start all of his mutalisks at the same time. 7 mutalisks all at the same time coming up here. Bunker at the front, I like that. Putting down a couple of turrets here. You know, he needs like turret, maybe. There's another one coming up over here as well, a little bit far away from the barracks, but it's fine. He wants to set up a big wall of turrets here. Of course, there is going to be some danger that mutas can fly back here, so maybe he wants to put a couple turrets here too, but you never want to overbuild turrets. Having too many turrets can actually slow you down by so much, you're just never going to have the ability to push out. So he wants to build the bare minimum of turrets right now that he can survive just until this first Valkyrie comes out, because the Valkyrie is about to start, and there it is. Valkyrie on the way. The timer has begun here. Range is not finished. The Mutalisks have a little bit of free time to get in and maybe deal some damage. One SCV goes down. 7 mutas is that one-hit kill number that you need to shoot down those SCVs. He's just going to back away for now, getting a couple of SCV kills and just backing off. A third base is going to come down here. And how will Hero play this out? Is he going to go into like mass Hydralisk here? Hydralisk Defiler, something like that? We don't know for sure yet, but he sees the Valkyrie now. Gotta be careful engaging with this Valkyrie around. One volley goes off. Bit of splash damage on each of these guys. The muta's taking, what is this, a fifth of their HP? About 20 HP was lost on a lot of these. Oh, quite a few of them are very low. So Hero saving some of those. Gonna send them back home to just recover that HP for now. What a lot of lings here. But I think that he's realized he can just kind of drone up for now. Hydralisk Den on the way. Actually, a lot of lings coming out. He wants to crush this attack as it comes across the map, I think. Some Scourge popping. He's going to hope for some good Scourge connections on these 2 Valkyries so that he can crush the rest of the army without worrying about that splash damage. Scan, throwing down some scans. Checking out what's going on here, what's being built from Hero. Doesn't have too much information on the map. You can see the map is a very scary and dark place right now for Scan. He's got these 3 Valkyries, but he's waiting for about 4. It's kind of the break point there, but Hero not going to wait for that moment. He's going to send in all the Scourge here, connecting with every single Valkyrie. The Valkyries all disappear, and the mutas are going to be able to clean up the rest. You know what? A lot of mutalisks died there. A lot of mutalisks died, and we got a Firebat in the bunker. So lings alone are not going to be able to break this. So Scan holds on for now. He lost his whole army, but he basically cleaned up all of the mutalisks. So I would say after you clear all the mutalisks, you don't even need this next Valkyrie. I think it would be a good idea to just cancel this Valkyrie, drop a science facility, and go directly into vessels at this point. You already scanned and saw the Hydralisk Den is done. I don't think that there's any chance that more mutas are going to be, coming forward here. Might be the right time to switch things up, but no, he's going to keep on building Valkyries. Now, if you keep on building Valkyries, you could end up in a bit of trouble, but if there's not enough Scourge out to deal with your Valkyries, you could also kill a lot of Overlords. So, if you get to like 4 or 5 Valkyries and you send them across the map and all there is lurkers, nothing that can really shoot up, you can end up killing off huge amounts of those Overlords, just supply blocking the heck out of your opponent, not allowing him to make anything. It's like Valkyrie is going to be taken out once again. No micro on those Valkyries, but pretty good spreading on the Marines. He's going to clear out all of these lurkers here. Okay, 1 lurker on the bridge, going to stand firm for now, but he should be able to spread and kill that. And yeah, he's just going to pull away here. Hero realizing that that was going to be killed. Bit of weakness, a moment of weakness here for Hero. He's only got these 2 lurkers and a couple more morphing right now. If Scan can go around this, or, catch these 2 lurkers and kill them, he could break into this base right now. There's hardly anything going on. A siege tank is on the way right now for Scan. Going into siege mode, and he's going into vehicle weapons. So this is what I was talking about. He is going to be switching into mech for the future of this game. which is not something that I see very often from Scan. Albeit I haven't seen a huge amount of Scan games. I think it's a little bit out of character, but he's trying it out here against Hero. He does have those 3 barracks still pumping away, but there's the second factory. And the full transition into mech has begun. He's not adding any upgrades onto these Marines, so you do need to keep on those upgrades if you want to progress in this game. With the Marine Medic army, you have to keep the upgrades going and even stay ahead of the Zerg player above their Carapace upgrades. So he's not going to do that. Instead, just going for vehicle weapons and switching fully into mech. Once he gets the siege tank up, or once he gets siege mode upgraded, he will start to hit some of these lurkers. But for now, he's just kind of parked here at the front. A counterattack of Lings coming across the map. It catches one of these tanks, kills a couple of Marines. Not going to get that tank though. And Scan gonna hold on in the natural with that bunker. That bunker has been critical in this game for keeping Scan alive. He actually doesn't want to have these Valkyries in the middle. I don't know what they're doing over there. It's a counterattack coming around. These lurkers are gonna move into position, maybe catch units on the bridge. Or maybe try to break in here towards the natural. I'm not sure. Siege mode is now done. Scan has not sieged up though yet here on these bridges. There we go. Siege up happens. The Scan goes down. Gonna start to break through some of these lurkers, but of course Hero just gonna pull back ever so slightly. Give a little bit of space here to Scan. And if Scan tries to cross these bridges, that's when the time to pounce will be. Gathering up a reinforcement wave here. Scan does not have a vessel yet, so the threat of hold position lurker is very real at the moment. Science facility coming down. He's going to get that in time to start his +2. So just in time there, right as that finishes, +2 can start. Second armory as well. So double upgrades going to be coming in the third base on the way for Scan. Just containing right now. This is his goal, I guess. Not to push down here, but just to contain and make Hero take a very bad trade coming across these bridges. Here we go. Coming across the bridges right now. Army coming from behind and hitting the front at the same time. Lurkers burrowing here in the back are going to get targeted so that Scan has an area to retreat to. Looks like his Scan ran out. He's going to back away. Pretty decent trade there for Hero. He did lose quite a few Lings, but most of the Lurkers, I would say, are still alive. Vultures here at the front. It's like they need to get that mine upgrade pretty soon. Not able to throw down mines there. Tanks out in the front as well. Holding a little position out on the map, but Scan, he's low on that gas. He needs to get this third gas geyser up immediately. A drone gonna be sent out here. He's gonna target that drone, I think. He should target the drone. He does get the drone. Not gonna allow that to come down here or here to start another base. Scan, gonna deny that base for now. Can't really take this base either. When you're going for tank-based army, it's very easy to push from your bridges over to here and deny that base. So I think that it'll be important for Hero to snag a base in a better location, possibly the bottom left, possibly the top right, that are harder for Scan to actually push up to. Right now, going for a counterattack play. He's gonna get on top of this gas geyser, prevent that from going down for a little longer. It kind of flips the script in this matchup when the Terran player starts going for mech play, right? Usually it's all about the Terran player denying the extra gases from the Zerg player, but gas is not as important when it comes to playing against mech. You're much more important is getting enough units out, like enough Hydras, enough Queens, enough Lings to actually break some of these mech positions. And gas is a little bit secondary. It's still very important, but it's not as important as if you're going up against a Marine Medic army where they're going to be irradiating you all of the time and you need to keep building the Defilers constantly, Lurkers constantly to keep them at bay. Here, it's going to be more important for minerals, and on the Terran side of things, you're going to be wanting that gas very, very badly. You want to be able to build some vessels, but you're also building off of a lot of factories, right? You need to get this factory count up, and you need to start pumping out a huge amount of tanks. And the number of tanks that you have is going to be kind of the backbone. It's going to be the, what would you call it? Like the weather vane for how you're actually doing in a game. How many tanks do you have is going to directly relate to your success or, you know, failure in that TVZ. So having more tanks means you're going to have a much stronger army. And the moment that the Zerg player is able to reduce your tank count or prevent you from building more tanks by cutting off your gas income, you're going to be falling further and further behind. Now, Scan getting out on the map, starting to throw down mines everywhere. This is a very critical part of mech play, is getting mines out all over the map to get that free value. You want to be getting value out of these vultures. You know, they're not as important. They're just pure minerals right now, which is something that you're going to have in abundance as the Terran player in a mech game. So, you know, they're not very useful. They're not super valuable, but you do need to get value out of them. And you're going to do that with the mines. Catching lurkers, catching defilers is insane value. Catching a few lings like this is also good, though. To catch this defiler over here. Plague is going to start to be used by Hero as well. We saw some plagues earlier on a few vultures, which is some excellent value for him as well. Now, this is scary. Trying to push out right now with just about 3-4 tanks and a few Goliaths is like a little bit wild here for Scan. He's going to take a position here. He's adding on some more tanks. Okay, this is, I guess, enough tanks now to where it starts to become a real issue. That's a lot of tanks. He's going to push down towards the center left. Going to pick off a few lurkers as well. Lings being sent in here. Mines almost connecting and being dragged onto these units, but Dark Swarm will push everything back. Nice. Very, very nice to get that kill. Pretty much free damage with that mine. Being able to kill off a defiler with a mine is some of the most insane good value that you can get. Ooh, losing one of these vessels, though. Definitely not what you want to have happen. More reinforcements being sent up here, but now Scan actually has tanks over here and another great mine connection there. This is going to be a great one, too. Huge, huge damage there. Lurkers being pushed back, and we now have suddenly a moment of silence after a lot of chaos that's been happening. Ultralists in production on 4 gases. You can definitely afford to pump out Ultras. Then Hero gonna get a 5th gas operational down in the bottom left here as well, dropping some Dark Swarms on top of this. Mines still do connect, though, underneath the Dark Swarm. These tanks will have to back away, though, or be killed. Looks like they're just going to end up being killed here, as Scan is more intent right now on holding this high ground, getting this 4th base operational. So 4 base to 4 base at the moment, as Scan pushes down here towards this bottom left. No defiler here for now. Does he have a defiler in production? No, just pure Ling. So he's going to be able to break up this ramp here and maybe take out this base. There are mines here. He's going to have to utilize his Ultra, but the mine connections on the Ultras are huge. Huge mine connects here. Absolutely insane. He did so much damage with those mines. The Ultras are probably not going to be able to break through here, and they're almost definitely not going to be able to save this base now. Really, Scan needs to get on top of that and start to kill that nice D-Matrix to keep that alive for now. But he needs to unsiege, bring up some more units to help this out. Gonna fight with that 1 tank with the D-Matrix. Gonna be able to clear that out. Very nicely done. More mines being laid down here by Scan. Ooh, this is getting a little bit dangerous now for Hero. He utilized that first round of Ultra, which is so important. Oh, he got the Nidus up down here. That's a huge moment. You know, Scan was kind of confident, and it was in a really good position a moment ago. If he had been able to get over here and stop this and kill this hatchery, I would say he'd be in a winning position. But with that hatchery going up, I think that Hero still can make this a very good game. Another base going up in the top right-hand corner. Lots of tanks here, lots of mines being thrown out, but he's been denied down in the bottom left. Hero holds that base strong. The sneaky Nidus in the center left, keeping him alive for now. Does need to get that extra gas operational because we've hit the 20-minute mark now. About 21 minutes is when things start to get a little bit rough for the Zerg, when the gas guys just start to run out. Of course, it's going to be running out for Terran as well. And we can see one of the gas geysers has already run out, so that's a kind of a big deal, but it is something you have to be concerned about here as the Zerg, very truly concerned about, is running out of those gas geysers. Now 3-2 is done. 3-2 is totally done here. 3-2 is also done for Hero and the Zerg player. A lot of ultras down here still just hanging out. What is he going to do with the ultras? Now, usually ultras are not that good against mech play. They really are not that good, but Hero trying to go with it this game. Is he going to go for drops here? I didn't see drops getting researched, but typically if you're going to go ultra, you kind of need to go drop as well, to drop on top of the tanks and draw their splash damage so they don't take the first volley as they're running forward and they don't get hit by those ouch. They don't get hit by those mines as well. So if you can fly in here, you know, drop ultras on top of these tanks, then the mines don't really matter as much. Now look at this. Mine's just going to deal so much damage to these ultras as they come in. Killing them off. Very, very nice play from Scan. And he's controlling the center really nicely. Look at his spread here in the middle. He's got mines out. He's got a nice spread of tanks. He's killing this base. And yeah, you just can't really hold this one. Would be good for Hero to get that base up in the top right. That's a base that maybe you can potentially hold. Looks like he spent all of his ultras over here once again, and Scan holds on to everything. So actually Hero running out of gas right now. Doesn't have too much left going on. He still can mine this gas geyser, luckily for him. He's going to be able to hold on to that at least. And he might be able to get gas going in the top right. So he's still got quite a bit of gas income, but you can see he spent everything and he's just not breaking out anywhere right now. The vultures are stopping the lings and the ultralist number is not very high. He's trying to pump out ultra as fast as he can. He's going to start to lose some drones here though. This is painful. Vultures getting in here, killing off a lot of these drones, but Crackling dealing pretty well with that when they're not being targeted. Cracklings do kill the vultures very quickly. What are these doing? Why are they on held position? Okay, there we go. Finally does get to clearing that out. Defilers out here in the front. Ready to try to utilize some Dark Swarm to break one of these tank lines, but where could he possibly break out? There's just not enough ultras here. Look at the ultras just getting wiped up as they try to come in. Like these ultras gonna draw some fire, clear out a couple of tanks, but man, it's just not enough. Scan continuing to push forward here, playing very well with these drops. He's gonna get a drop in here. The tank play from Scan looking strong, man, and he looks to be taking out Hero here in a pretty dominating fashion. Getting a base up in the top right. That base has been cleared out. Vultures dealing damage, killing off a bunch of drones, dropping down to just 39. Hero is on the ropes now. He's got less than half the map, and Scan is closing in. Wow, I am kind of shocked that we're seeing Scan do this well right now. And I mean, a lot of that comes down to the choice here from Hero to go for just mass ultra. I feel like it's so played out against mech. It just does not work well. And I'm always shocked to see Zerg players trying it. But maybe he thought, you know, I'm better than Scan. I can beat him and just out macro him by taking a lot of bases and just, you know, overwhelm him with ultra. But look at this. He's not going to be able to do it. He's just trying to break through these positions, but there's a long tank line behind this, and Scan is already pushing down towards the bottom left. So all the progress that was made here, not going to matter because Scan is making far better progress down in the bottom left, and he still has a huge tank count. His supply is overwhelming here. He's going to push up onto the high ground. If he can just kill this Nidus Canal, I think this game will be over. He's not really focusing it down right now, but there comes the Ultra. It's going to pop through, trying to save this base. Dropping some Dark Storm on top of this, but the Ultra's just going to disintegrate as they try to run down this ramp. Even though the main attack doesn't go through, the splash damage still connects. There's some more lings popping through. He will be able to draw mines on top of these tanks as well, but mines are dealing so much damage to the Ultra. It's not going to go well for Hero. Some Irradiate's gonna come down here for Scan, and GG is called. Hero taps out Scan. Takes a very convincing win here over Hero. Definitely just not a good plan to go for Ultra. Man, I don't know how many times I have to say it. It's just not a good idea. It's like going Ultra against, it's like going Ultra against Protoss late game, right? I think we've discussed this a lot, but it's just not that strong. And Reavers counter it so hardly, just like the tanks, the Reavers counter it very, very well. Mines do amazing against these Ultras and packs of Lings. And if you're like way ahead of your opponent, if you're way ahead in Zerg versus Protoss, you can outmuscle them with Ultra, for sure. But if it's an even game, for both Protoss and Terran, it's very hard to outmuscle them, to outcontrol them with Ultra. You're gonna end up getting out-traded and eventually worn down, and that's what Scan was able to do this game. He takes out Hero. Very well played by him, guys. This has been your daily dose of Broodwar, and I'll see you tomorrow.